여러분 반갑습니다. I'm Kwon-sowa and this is K-Culture Dive. Join us in taking a deep dive into the heart of Korean culture, from K-entertainment to AI news, K-culture in photos, and we talk with an expert about Korea's first ever hosting of the UNESCO World Heritage Committee session in Busan. And with that, let's dive in. And starting off the new week with us is my co-host Walter Lee. Walter, happy Monday.
Happy Monday, Soa, and hello to our K-Culture Dive viewers. I'm Walter Lee to co-host alongside Soa and fill you all in with some exciting K-entertainment news.
Exciting indeed. So, Walter, let's start off with some news on the HYBE girl group collaboration single that's doing excellent on the European market.
Yes, it's definitely on the top of my playlist at the moment. HYBE girl groups SSERAFIM, ILLIT and KATSEYE have extended the success of their collaborative single, Iconic by Mistake, which has spent 4 consecutive weeks on the UK official singles chart top 100. Now, this week, they are placing at number 59. Now, the project track is an alternative pop song driven by powerful beats and an experimental sound, showcasing the distinct music styles of all 3 groups. Now, one of the things I personally love about this song is it makes a powerful statement to those critics out there with lines like, "Thank you for your comments. It's because of all your hate. I'm iconic by mistake."
Good job.
Since its release, Iconic by Mistake has charted on both Billboard Hot 100 in the US and the UK official singles chart, highlighting its global appeal. The collaboration has drawn strong interest from K-pop fans worldwide, as it should, with 3 HYBE acts combining their unique identities to deliver one of the year's standout cross-group projects.
I'm impressed, Walter.
Thank you.
And it shows you're proving that this song is really on your playlist at the top of it.
Yes, I love it.
But let's go over to a boy group, and this one seems to be finding success in the Asian market in particular these days.
Yes, it is. They are indeed. So tours are showing their appeal, especially, like we said, in the Asian market, but also globally as well, with the Macau stop of their first ever Asia tour completely selling out. Now, tours agency Pledis Entertainment announced over the weekend that the tickets for the 2026 Tours Tour 24/7 in Macau, set to take place on September 19th to 20th, were fully sold out during both the fan club pre-sale and general public sale. Now, the agency also noted that the number of fans who verified their memberships for the pre-sale was approximately 3.6 times higher than for the group's previous solo concert in Macau. Now, the 24/7 tour is Tour's first Asia tour since their debut back in 2024. They're set to perform 15 shows across 8 cities, kicking off in Seoul before traveling to Japan, followed by Bangkok, Singapore, and also Taiwan.
And the last news is for movie fans.
Yes.
Because this is a film that appears to be high on many people's watch list, including mine.
Yes, indeed. I mean, we've talked about it quite a lot on the show, but director Na Hong-jin's highly anticipated new film, Hope, is off to a very great start, surpassing a 60% reservation rate and setting this year's highest advance ticket sales record ahead of its July 15th release, which is very soon. Now, according to the Korean Film Council's integrated ticketing system, the film topped the reservation rankings with a 61.3% booking rating and 370,000 tickets sold in advance, the highest pre-sale release total of any film this year.
That means even surpassing The King's Warden.
That's amazing, right? With the amount of attention that movie brought. Now, blending science fiction, action, thriller, and black comedy, Hope has attracted attention for its genre-defying storytelling. The film has further generated a lot of buzz after being pre-sold to distributors in more than 200 countries and regions, making it one of the most valuable overseas sales for a Korean film to date. Now, directed by Na Hong-jin, whose previous works include The Chaser or 주격자, The Yellow Sea, Hwanghae, and The Wailing, Gokseng, Hope was selected to compete at the 79th Cannes Film Festival in May, further cementing its reputation as one of the year's most anticipated Korean films.
That must have been Koksong, right?
Koksong, yes.
Thank you very much, Walter, for those updates, and stick around.
Will do.
And now time for our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang.
Thanks, Swa. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. Young professionals working at World Heritage sites around the globe have gathered in Korea to discuss the future of heritage conservation and management. Ahead of the 48th session of the UNESCO World Heritage Committee set to be held in Busan later this month, the World Heritage Young Professionals Forum 2026 is taking place from today through next Tuesday across the country, including in Seoul, Suwon, and Busan. Participants will share their on-site experiences and discuss heritage management, education, and research, as well as the role of young people in addressing emerging challenges. They will draft a Youth Declaration, which will be formally presented at the World Heritage Committee meeting. South Korea and Mongolia are joining forces to uncover the history hidden beneath the Mongolian lake. The Korea Heritage Service and the National Research Institute of Maritime Heritage have signed a memorandum of understanding with Mongolia's Genghis Khan National Museum for cooperation in studying underwater cultural heritage. The museum is Mongolia's leading institution dedicated to the history and culture of its ancient nomadic civilizations. Under the agreement, the two countries will first train specialists in underwater archaeology before launching a joint underwater survey of Lake Badar-Handaga, beginning in 2028. More than 370 artifacts have been discovered at the site. The agreement was signed during President Lee Jae-myung's state visit to Mongolia last week. Foreign tourists visiting South Korea are quickly embracing the country's food delivery culture, with many ordering meals through mobile apps during their stay. As the number of international visitors topped 10 million in the first half of the year, Korea's leading food delivery platform, Baemin, said orders placed by foreign users surged more than fourfold from a year earlier. According to Baemin, the number of food delivery orders made through its app using overseas-issued credit cards and global digital payment services jumped over 330% in the first half of this year compared to the same period last year. Chicken was the most popular menu category. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
Through a single photo at a time, we take a closer look at culture in Korea. This is K-Culture in Photos. Today's keyword is 장마, Korea's monsoon season. This is the time of year when days of heavy rain become part of everyday life. Take a look at this street scene. People are making their way to work or school wearing raincoats and holding tightly onto their umbrellas. Tourists are doing the same, making their way through the heavy rain. On rainy mornings, places like Gwanghwamun look completely different. The usually lively streets become darker, quieter, and more subdued. But life doesn't stop. People simply carry on with their day. During the monsoon season, routines also change. Streams like Cheonggyecheon may close because of rising water levels. Stores see a surge in dehumidifier sales. Beaches in Jeju issue safety warnings as parasols disappear, and professional baseball game get called off because of the rain. And let's stay with the rainy season a little longer. Why not brighten up a gloomy day with a fun umbrella? Some come in playful shades of pink that look like blooming flowers or stars, while others reveal a blue sky and fluffy clouds when opened, making it feel like the rain has suddenly disappeared. Colorful gradient designs can also make a rainy walk a little more cheerful. Now, here's a clever idea. LED umbrellas light up at night, making it easier to see where you're going while helping others notice you in the rain. They almost look like a glowing concert light sticks.
And speaking of safety, children's umbrellas often include clear plastic panels so kids can see traffic more easily, along with messages reminding drivers to watch their speed. And if an umbrella breaks, instead of just throwing it away, many local governments operate umbrella repair centers. Since umbrellas are difficult to recycle, repairing them is a simple way to reduce waste and give them a longer life. To celebrate Busan's hosting of the UNESCO World Heritage Committee this month, a special exhibition is showcasing the remarkable records and royal culture of the Joseon dynasty. Among the highlights are elegant royal porcelain reflecting the sophistication of the royal craftsmanship. Visitors can also see royal portraits of Kings Yeongjo and Cheoljong, the iconic 1월 오봉도 folding screen, and the famous 동궐도, a detailed painting of the eastern royal palaces where visitors gather to admire its remarkable scale. Another stunning piece is the bright red wonsam dress, once worn by the Crown Princess of Korea, offering a glimpse into royal ceremonial fashion. Perhaps the biggest attraction is the annals of the Joseon dynasty. For the first time in history, all 4 surviving archival editions, once kept separately in different mountain storage sites, are being displayed together in one place, highlighting Korea's extraordinary tradition of preserving history. Looking for a fun way to cool off this summer? In Korea, convenience stores have become the place to create viral DIY drinks. The latest craze starts with 3 familiar items: a cup of ice, banana-flavored milk, and a classic coffee ice cream bar. Here's the recipe. Simply crush the ice cream into the ice cup, pour in the milk, and you've got a rich cafe-style shake. No blender needed. Who knew these simple convenience store items could turn into such a delicious summer treat? Another trending mix is 복소사, made with 복분자 wine, soju, and lemon lime soda. Its bright purple color and sweet, refreshing taste have made it a favorite for summer festivals and evening picnics. And of course, it's best enjoyed responsibly because it's still alcohol. And finally, there's 얼박사, a combination of ice, Korea's famous energy drink Bacchus, and soda. Fizzy, icy, and surprisingly refreshing, it's become another social media favorite for beating the summer heat. Whether it's dealing with seasonal weather, enjoying centuries of history, or following the latest summer trends, there's always something new to discover in Korea.
As Haeyoung and Arirang earlier mentioned, South Korea's southeastern city of Busan is hosting the 48th session of the UNESCO World Heritage Committee, marking Korea's first time hosting this major international meeting, at which experts from around the world are gathering to discuss the inscription and preservation of World Heritage sites. Today, we'll take a closer look at what this means for Korea and explore the value of Korea's World Heritage with Professor David William Kim, Professor of Modern History at Kookmin University and Committee Member for UNESCO World Heritage for the Korean government. Professor Kim, welcome to the program.
Hello, Professor.
Professor Kim, it seems like you might be on mute right now.
I'm sorry. Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon. David Kim here.
Okay, we're very happy to have you on the show, Professor Kim. So there's a great deal of anticipation surrounding this year's UNESCO World Heritage Committee session. So what does hosting this meeting mean for Korea, and what kind of impact do you think it could bring?
That's right. It's a very good point. Hosting UNESCO World Heritage Committee for the first time is a historical milestone for Korea. It actually demonstrates Korea's growing leadership in global cultural heritage. Korea is no longer simply preserving its own heritage, but actively contributing international heritage governance. It actually also creates the opportunity for international cooperation. Experts from around the world can exchange their ideas on shared challenges such as climate change, sustainable tourism, as well as heritage conservation. So hosting UNESCO meetings strengthens cultural diplomacy and public awareness, encouraging Koreans, especially young generations, to recognize that World Heritage belongs to not only one country, but all humanity.
Right, and let's talk about the location of the meeting. Why was Busan selected as the host city, and what makes it a fitting venue for this global gathering?
Well, Busan is an ideal hosting city for many reasons. I'm sure that you've probably been in Busan as well as also I've been many times. Busan has been a long time Korea's international gateway. As one of the Asia's leading port cities, it represents openness, diversity, and global exchange. It has excellent infrastructure. With that, this time they are able to host the UNESCO World Heritage Committee Convention. Previously, as you know, the Busan International Film Festival is Asia's leading film festivals, also one of the world premier film event annually happening in Busan. Another one is G-Star, Korea's largest video game exhibitions, to also happen in Busan. So Busan has a lot of experience. Alternatively, hosting a UNESCO meeting outside of Seoul, it actually shows Korea's heritage is found throughout countries, also closely connected to local communities.
And Professor Kim, Korea is home to 17 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, which includes 15 cultural sites and 2 natural sites, from ancient temples and royal tombs to historical shrines, Buddhist mountain monasteries. So despite this diversity that we're seeing, what do you think is maybe the common thread that makes Korea's World Heritage Sites so distinctive?
Yeah, as you mentioned, Korea has so many, already 17 World Heritage Sites we are having, such as, if you go Haein Temple, they have a Pikachuga Koreana, Joseon Jeongmyo, and then if Bulguk Temple, so many other stuffs, also Dolmen site. Those are the not only part of Korea, but also it's a part of the World Heritage. All the sites are very different. They demonstrate the harmony between people and nature. Korea heritage often reflects coexistence with the natural environment rather than domination of it. Among them, many are living heritage. Places such as Korea's Buddhist temples continue to serve their original cultural and religious purposes today. Even nowadays, the temple stay attracting so many international visitors as well as local people. They embodied universal value such as respect, community, education, and continuity, making them meaningful well beyond Korea.
Right.
Right, and let's talk about Jeongmyo Shrine a little bit more, which is located in central Seoul and is one of Korea's best-known UNESCO World Heritage Sites. You've even written and published research on it internationally. What makes Jeongmyo such a fascinating subject to study?
Yes, as you mentioned, Jeongmyo is continually inspiring me as well as many people, especially those people who love the heritage site. As you see the picture, it is much more than historical buildings. It combines architecture, ritual, music, and philosophy into the one living cultural space, such as Jeongjeon, which is actually the principal building of one of the longest traditional wooden building in East Asia. Jeongmyo-jere, it's a royal ancestral memorial ceremony. as well as Jongmyo Jere Ark, its memorial music. It represents Confucian value that shares pre-modern Korean society for centuries. Although Jongmyo is uniquely Korean, it expressed universal human value about memory, identity, and preserving our shared cultural traditions.
Right, Professor Kim, I think really Jongmyo is so special in how it connects the past with the present in such a tangible way. But now, you've also been active in the field of intangible cultural heritage. So you were there when, for instance, Korea's traditional jang-making culture was inscribed by UNESCO in 2024. So what moment from that experience has stayed with you the most?
Yes, that experience really remaining memorable personally to me, of course also Korean government as well. The 19th UNESCO convention that was held in Paraguay in Latin America emphasized the intangible cultural heritage such as festivals, oral tradition, performing art, foodways, as well as traditional knowledge. Is not only a cultural resource, but also driver of the social coherence and environmental resilience and intercultural dialogue. It was inspiring not only me, but also so many delegates coming from all over the world recognize the universal value of a Korean cultural tradition. As you mentioned about the jang making, which is Korean traditional sauce making, was much more than food. It represents family knowledge and seasonal wisdom and community cooperation passed down through the generations. It reminds me also heritage is often found in everyday life. You and me, we might experience those heritage life even today or this week. Even ordinary cultural practice can carry a profound meaning and connect people across the culture.
Definitely. And speaking of that connection, let's go back to Busan, Professor Kim. What are some of the key issues that will be discussed during this year's committee session? And are there any agenda items related to Korea that we should pay special attention to?
Yes, there is three important things we'll share this year's discussion, which is normal when the other event in other countries is happening. But first of all, traditionally, committee will evaluate the new World Heritage dominant submitted by the many different countries around the world. This time include the countries from Finland, Iran, Brazil, Japan, Poland, Portuguese, China, and etc. There are 37 nominations to be examined this time, so they have to go a very deep evaluation. Among them, 22 cultural properties and 7 natural properties they will consider to be officially recognized. Secondly, I want to emphasize what they're doing, why is it so important, is conservation challenges. The conservation challenge will be one of the major focus this time, especially impact of the climate change, urban development, which is quite relevant with our royal tombs recently, and then also over tourism on heritage site. That is the case for the Greece and Rome in Mediterranean areas. Finally, I want to mention about for Korea. We have very relevant issue this time, proposed to extend Gapal, so-called Korean tidal flat World Heritage property, will attract participant attention today, reflecting growing importance of the biodiversity and environmental conservations. If I mention a little bit about what kind of the items in the Korean proposal, it included Seosan and Gochang Gapal flat, Muan Mood flat land, as well as the Margaret settlement of the seasonal waterbird. those are the national items Korean government want to be committed for the UNESCO recognition for this time. So those will be discussed during the 24th to 27th of July during this convention.
All right, Professor Kim, we have time for one final question. Now, how do you think Korea should continue to protect and make the most of its World Heritage sites? And also, if there would be one aspect of Korea's cultural heritage that you would wish more people around the world to know about, what would that be?
Yeah, absolutely right. The systematic policy of conservation must come from before the tourism. When they are ready, people come and enjoy those things. Also, local community should play a central role because they are the one actually live with them, also care these sites every day. So what I want to suggest, if there is another chance, as Korea still has so many hidden heritage treasures, so I would like to suggest for many people, Korea's rich Jeongsin ideological heritage of the long history. Korea culture has been shaped by the interaction of the Confucianism, Buddhism, and indigenous as well as the native religious tradition. For this case, I would like to highlight Korea's native Jeongsin ideological heritage, which Jeongeop, which is around the Jeongeop city, which is northern Jeolla province, very close to the three major Korean native thought of Dongak, Won Buddhism, and also Jeongsan movement, the birthplace of those leaders. These places are very important part to be recognized, as well as in Busan, we have a modern heritage site in relation to Korean War.
All right.
Ultimately,
thank you very much, Professor Kim. I think that's all the time we have today, but thank you very much for connecting with us today and sharing your insights.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to see you back here soon.
See you soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.